Yeah, things can change, can't they, massively over this period with the transfer window. But this is the tale of two teams for Sheffield United under Ruben Sellers. You can see no wins, no draws and 5 losses under Chris Wilder. It's been a completely different story. Sometimes the stats don't tell it all, but on this occasion, it pretty much does, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, Grella and I had a little conversation at the start of the season when the club wanted to go down that whole AI route. Now, we're not against technology and moving forward, but when it comes to a game of football, I'm just not a personal believer in leaning fully into this whole AI and the numbers and stuff. There's certain elements of football where you need to know. You need to know the environment, what it's like to be in the dressing room. I need to be able to look at players from training with them and saying, Troy, can you give me 60 minutes today? And if Troy can look at me in my eye and I know him personally and training with him and watching him train as a manager, I can trust you than some data scientist who's never been in that position as a player to understand what it means to have that. You can't measure heart. You can't measure the player's heart and what they're going to give to you. They wanted to go a certain way. It did not work. Now you bring back Chris Wilder now for the 3rd time at the club, who knows the club, knows what it means to the fans, knows the players, and look at the trajectory now since he's been in charge, the difference.
The beauty of it is Patrick Bamford would never get signed under the AI model. He would never get signed.
Yeah.
No, the injury record, age profile, all of that fun stuff. Look at him now. What's that? 9 games, 5 goals. He's been a huge part of why they've been successful. So, yeah, I agree with you. You do need AI and technology to give you an overview, but it can't be the be-all and end-all. It needs the eye test. You need that feel. Oh, okay, you got to get Grella coming into your group, right? What's his personality? What's his home life like? Is he the guy that goes out drinking all the time, or is it a guy that trains every day and brings everyone to it? AI can't get you that. So I'm glad that they've moved away from it and you're now starting to see the benefits of that.
AI might be quite accurate if you put in all of your day-to-days into it, Grella, to give a personal report out.
What do you mean?
Well, if you put in, what did you say this past week? What you've been doing, drinking, eating, when you was playing?
Oh, maybe my performance today. Not all my performances though. I will say though, yeah, there's a human element that the AI, that the stats can't do, and I will say also being in this field, working with Cincinnati, trying to scout players, the only thing that the stats do and the AI does is it whittles down a group of maybe 1,000 players down to 20 players. And then but then those players need to be looked at and those players need to be studied and those players you have to understand the people around those players to understand what kind of personality traits they have, because no matter who you hire, no matter what job it is, you're hiring the person first and then you're hiring the player. So that's really important. So for this story though, Sheffield United last season, most points in history without getting auto-promoted, and then for the Sheffield United to go totally opposite way. I don't know what happened in that conversation, if Chris Wilder wanted to step down also, maybe he was not fully into it either, but to go fully and try to fix something that was not broken, try to fix something that was in really good shape, and go the opposite way and find out really soon that it doesn't work, and it didn't work. It's amazing that he's come back. They're lucky to have him back, and Alan Neil also, who I've had as a manager. And getting the results they're getting. And again, if they could keep this going, I think there's still some shaking up. He probably doesn't have all the guys he wants, right? Because they lose 5-3 to Wrexham. That's a little bit uncharacteristic of a Chris Wilder side. But if he can find some continuity and fluidity, get these performances more consistently, I think they're going to go in a playoff spot.
It's so true. Does he have enough time, though? He's obviously got the most points earned in the Championship. Nigel, you can see there 22. But now we have turned the page into the new year. So the time is on his side in terms of making the push. But it's not a full season, is it? It's
not a full season. And Sheffield United have no one else to blame but themselves. Because if they had just kept Chris Wilder in from the start of the season, then there could have been a plan in place. Recruitment could have been done. He could have had all the bodies he needed and just let him get on with it. They made that decision to bring in a complete different manager, go in a different direction, which hindered them. If they didn't do that, they'll probably be in a much better place right now. So it's just great to see. I think there's so many times that I want to say certain things, but it's hard to put into words unless you've been through that journey. And I know what it means to have that personal trust with players, to see managers connect with players, to say, can you give me 30 minutes? Right, I'm going to trust you to give me just 30 minutes, run through a brick wall for me, and that's it, make changes. And again, it's the whole thing about a heavy reliance on AI and numbers in these players. Like, you don't have that understanding unless you're in that dressing room.
I think there's a key point now, though. You hear so many coaches, managers, I need my transfer window. I need my players in to get my system. Chris missed all of that. He came in when the window was closed, dealt with the situation he's got, picked a team and a formation that went for that, Now he's in a wonderful place because you just showed there 22 points. Most cities came in. They're flying high. The window's open. He's obviously going to want to bring his own in, but now he can say to that group, well, show me that you want to be here. So this moment in time now, with the window being open and them going on that trajectory that way, it's all in their hands.
How did you feel as a player, by the way, when the transfer window was open? Did you catch wind of the players that might be rumoured to come in? Does it make you lift your game a bit, or do you not
moved
really?
more than anyone, so you.
I moved like crazy. I moved like crazy. People don't understand in England, like, people can just go on loan any day.
Yes.
Any day, and 1,000 times a day, it felt like. And it's hard because I think you play well, you perform well, you may be having a good month or two, or you're training well, you're scoring, coming into games, scoring goals, and then all of a sudden, you show up on a Monday and things are going well, and there's two other guys there ready to take your job. They're ready to do a better job than you for cheaper. And so that happened every week, and that happened every day. Obviously, at Leeds United, it happens more. The bigger club, the more opportunity they're going to, not opportunity to give people, but more people want to be there, you know, so the competition is stiffer there. So for sure that's happened. But we'll see. We'll see with Sheffield United, Chris Wilder, what they're going to do. They're putting something together really special at the moment.
Have you all got them at least making the playoffs, or is that still a doubt?
I think realistically, with experience in the club, Chris Wilder can make this Sheffield United team push for a playoff spot. I believe that.
You boys agree too?
Yeah, I think with how it's going as well, with no one really taking a claim at the top, everyone's beating everyone.
Yeah.
It's a perfect time for them. I would put them in the playoffs.
Also, a statement win against Leicester today, who are one of the favourites to go back up.